Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to La Jolla, California for Division II CIF Championships as we have the Escondido Cougars taking on the Scripps Ranch Falcons. It is a beautiful Saturday here in San Diego, temperature in the upper 70s, and we're just a few minutes behind schedules. We're just a few minutes after 3 o'clock. Escondido has taken the field. They'll defend first as Scripps Ranch prepares to put on an offensive battle. Once again, this is Division II Softball Championships from La Jolla, California. Lineup for the Cougars today, playing at catcher, Sarah Summers. Leading off for Scripps Ranch, batting first, Cairo Mateo. She also does a heck of a job at third base. She's also a pitcher. She'll be our first batter, number 25, Cairo Mateo from Scripps Ranch High School. At the mound, Angie Nagtalon for Escondido. Here comes the first pitch. And Nagtalon, she'll take a strike. That fires up Escondido. First pitch of the CIF Championship goes for a strike. A little high from Nagtalon. She'll go 1-1 on that one. Mateo looking at her coach for a little direction. 1-1 at the plate. And just a little bit high on that one. We'll go 2 balls, 1 strike. Nagtalon trying to get it together. Her teammates giving her a little bit of inspiration, and a few painted faces in the visitor section as well. And it's a hit right back to the pitcher. Shaves it off to first base, and that'll be the first out for the Cougars. Playing first base for the Cougars is Tiffany Ernow. That was an easy one for Tiffany. Next batter, number 5 for the Falcons, Taylor Edwards. Taylor is the Falcons' second baseman. She looks at the first pitch. It's a little low for ball 1. And we have a base hit just over the infield into right field. And our first batter is aboard for the Falcons.
Now batting for the Falcons, left fielder Megan Motley.
Megan Motley for the Falcons, number 2. Trying to move that runner to second. Megan Motley, an outfielder. She's giving the, there it is, she gave the sign. It's straight off to first base, but she does her job. Advances the runner to second. Megan Motley. Nice job. This is CIF Championships. These girls have been doing their job all year long to get to this position, and you'll see some of the best softball in San Diego right here in this game of Division II Championship. Up for the Falcons, number 7, Nicole Palmer. She's got Edwards on second. She'll take ball 1. Another glance back at the coach for a little direction. This girl's got seriousness written all over her face. She's taking this game with a game face. Number 7, Nicole Palmer. She'll take a ball on that one. Doesn't phase her a bit, though. I think she's got her eye on a home run. Little psychological chanting going on in the Escondido dugout. A little strike on the ball. It pops it up and out of play. Moved to 2 balls, 1 strike. Taylor Edwards on second base, giving her teammate a little clap, cheering on. She's geared up at second base. She's got her foot planted, 1 on base, 1 geared to run. Palmer with a base hit, and it'll be dug up by the shortstop. Quick throw out at first. That'll end the inning. No runs, no errors, no score. 1 hit, 1 left on base. Take the field, Escondido. Get to do a little. Leading off, number 9, Shea Palmer. As we get a little shake your booty chant from the dugout of the Cougars, trying to get her fired up. She takes a swing. Will take the strike. Ball. We're even at 1-1. Shea Oliver from Escondido High School. The Cougars, the Lady Cougars, just underneath that one for strike 2. Pitcher Dana Sorensen for the Cougars. Excuse me, for the Falcons. Ripping 2 off quickly. And this the bottom of the first inning. Catches the little bottom of foot. Couldn't quite see it from the ump's point of view. Caught a little dirt and rolled into the catcher for 2-2. Infield somewhat cinched in. That one goes high. Keeps her alive. 3-2. Oliver strikes out in her first time at bat here in the CIF Division II Championship. Makes room for Ash Howerton. Ashley is the Cougars' third baseman. Stands tall, takes. Couldn't quite see the ump's decision there. We'll catch up with you. Ashley Howerton, third base from Escondido High School, Lady Cougars. Gets a little low underneath that one, pops fly. And we're given the 1-1 count. Dana Sorensen for the Falcons pitching once again. A lot of speed. That one sinks in for a second strike against Ashley Howerton. They'll give it to her. She runs for first, and she'll be safe. So a little mistake there. Once again, mental. A lot of sports is the mental side. Little breakdown there, and it gets the Cougar to first base. Bonnie Kading will be our next batter for the Escondido Cougars. She's the right fielder. She's a left-hander. Tries to put it down for a bunt to advance the runner, but just fouls. That'll send Ashy. She's better known as Ash. Little nickname, Ash Howerton, back to first base. The left-handed right fielder, Bonnie Kading. She drops that one dead in the dirt. And another mistake made by the Cougars advances the runner. She dropped that one 2 inches off the front of the plate, and it just died. Cougars catcher Chrissy DeLeo. A little bit of a trouble trying to pick that one up. Advances the runner. And up to bat number 3, Tatiana Moore, the left fielder. Tatiana takes a swing for strike 1. This girl's got some height. Sometimes that's an advantage in softball, sometimes that's a major disadvantage. Gives the pitcher a little bit more room. Tatiana Moore. She'll take another strike. She dipped down for that one, but it was dead center. Sorensen, the pitcher, complaining of a little pain in the arm, the pitching arm. That'll give us a little break as they go out to attend to her. Come back onto the field. They're still holding the time. They'll let her warm back up, but she has elected to stay. Dana Sorensen, the pitcher for the Scripps Ranch Falcons. And I think that one did it. I think she wanted to stay, but I think her coach, some of the officials, and her teammates are probably going to have her sit down. So come off to a warm round of applause. Dana Sorensen, the pitcher for the Scripps Ranch Falcons. And into the game, pitching for the Falcons, comes in the sophomore, number 14, Megan Allman. She'll be taking over for Sorensen, who is icing the shoulder, being tended to by the trainers. Number 14, a sophomore, Megan Allman at the mound. I'm sure that was a tough decision for the coach. Coaching for Scripps Ranch is Allison Kenda. Their school colors, if you haven't figured it out already, navy, blue, cardinal, and white. They're facing Escondido. Colors are black and orange. The Cougars of Escondido High School in Escondido, California. Scripps Ranch is fairly new school. It's only been around for a couple of years. They've established themselves in San Diego section fairly quickly. They're basically the spawn off of a split between Mira Mesa High School and the housing area just north of Scripps Ranch on the east side of Mira Mesa Boulevard.
Formally
Now just announced Allison Fraley, the first baseman, out of the game for Scripps Ranch. Will make a move. In the game looks like number 25, Kyrio Mateo, moving over to first. And we'll find out where the new replacement's gone shortly. Kiana Moore steps back up to the plate, number 3 for the Cougars, facing a new pitcher. Megan Allman making her mark. Tatiana, a sophomore left fielder for the Cougars. And that pretty much drops her. So the new girl on the block comes on, makes her mark. Much to the appreciation of her fellow teammates. Now batting number 8, the catcher, Sarah Summers for the Cougars. A little low, she'll take ball 1. Takes a strike. We'll go 1-1. Summers, the catcher. Sarah's a junior. She's done a little infield work herself, but she prefers to play at catcher. 2 balls, 1 strike to Summers. Allman at the plate for the Falcons, replacing the injured pitcher who is just behind us being tended to. We hope the best for her. And she'll take another strike. Moving it to 2-2. The sun doing its thing today, sort of popping behind some very high humorous clouds. Coming in and going out, but it's making for a very nice afternoon here in La Jolla. We're at the campus of UCSD, University of California, San Diego. As Summers pops out to her left. Keeps her alive, but moves her to 3-2. And there's a hit. Move the runners, but not enough outs. That puts the Cougars into the outfield, stopping things. We had a couple of hits there, pushing 2 on base. At the end of 1, Scripps Ranch 0, Escondido 0. Our next batter up for the Falcons, number 21, Chrissy DeLeo. She's the catcher for the Scripps Ranch Falcons. She's a sophomore. That one works in for a strike. Moves us to 1-1 against DeLeo. Back at the mound for the Lady Cougars, Angie Nagtalon. She's a senior. So the sophomore catcher takes a look at her coach for a little encouragement, some signs, and gets ready to take on the senior, the Lady Cougar. Nice pop fly deep. Can't be fielded. And it's over the fence for an in-house double. Well, the effort was made by number 3, Tatiana Moore. She backpedaled and did everything she could with her height to reach for the ball, but it just bounced and took a simple bounce over the fence. That moves the sophomore catcher to second base. And that motivates the Lady Cougars to round up at the pitcher's mound for a little encouragement.
Now batting for the Falcons, third baseman, Leah Speck.
At bat for the Lady Falcons, their third baseman, a junior, Laetta Specht. She shows signs of a bunt. Takes ball 1 on that. Laetta Specht, number 6 for the Lady Falcons. Right-hander. Shows bunt again. Puts it down, straight down the first base line, gets a tag. Ball gets thrown to third, but the runner is safe. So Speck does her job, advances the runner to third, and moves the Lady Falcons into scoring position with a runner at third. Top of the second inning.
Now batting for the Falcons, pitcher Megan Alden.
So up to bat for the Falcons comes their pitcher, the replacement, Allman. Megan takes a pop fly back into the spectator seats right behind home plate for strike 1. Megan is a sophomore at Scripps Ranch High School. Doing a fine job so far, stepping in for a down teammate who we found out has a muscle strain. And Megan will take a strike. I'm sure she's used to accepting pitches as she is doling them out, but it's got to be tough for every player. They want to do their best, contribute to a team. She digs in. Ball's a little high. She gets a little piece of it. 2 strikes. 2-0 the count to the pitcher Allman, Megan Allman. Down low. Ball 1 called. 1-2 to Megan Allman. Angie Nagdalon for Escondido, gearing up. Delivers. It's high. Moves this to 2-2. A little battle of the pitchers here. One against the other. And it's Nagdalon who can't seem to get it down. That one was way high, gives us ball 3. 3-2 the count. Keeps Allman alive. Checks off with her coach. And digs in. Let's get a little pop foul. Keeps her alive. At a glance, this is the first seeding, playoff seeding for the Lady Falcons. They're in the Western League. Their league record, 11-1. Regular season record was 16-5-1. And a smashing hit to outfield. Taken down by Shea Oliver. And the runner at third didn't even budge. Shea Oliver in the outfield with a spectacular catch for the Lady Cougars. Up for the Lady Falcons, number 7. Check that, number 10. Kristen Frank, the shortstop. She's a junior out of Scripps Ranch High School. And she'll take a strike right off the bat. Another one of the taller gals on the Lady Falcons team. Gives the pitcher a lot more room to work. Just past Ashley Howard at third. Safe at first base. And DeLeo scores for the Falcons. So speed got her there. The stretch was good. But the runner just a little bit faster. Pretty good battle between these two teams as the pendulum swings. Good hits, great fielding. Brings Anna Velasquez to the plate for the Lady Falcons. Velasquez, another sophomore on this young team. Number 16, Anna Velasquez. Left-hander chokes up a little bit, but pulls the bat around for strike one. Once again, the pitcher, Angie Nagdelon, working her magic from the mound. And the bunt's dropped. Foul ball called. It just did a little topspin and crossed the white line. The count should be 1-1. Velasquez didn't really show bunt, and then she just pulled it down, bent her knees, dropped it to the dirt. It just took a little topspin there and just went over the white line. Umpire called foul. She's back at the plate, ready to go. She dug for that one, leaned a little bit forward, got a chipper, put it up against the backstop. It'll be 2-1. They'll play two here, runner at first. Velasquez digs in. Little delay. She thought about it, swung on it. Again, a little chipper, sends it into the backdrop. She stays alive. And she continues to stay alive with a pop fly. Thought it was going to come back down inside play, but it didn't, just over the fence. And we reset. At a glance for the Lady Cougars, this is their third playoff seeding. They're in the Valley League record this year of 12-2. And their regular season record was 18-7. Hit on and thrown to first to drop the inning. Pretty good defensive job by the Lady Cougars. Great performance in the outfield by Shea Oliver. Great performance in the infield. Some good pitching, and that's what it's all about. Pitching and defense. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors. Couple left on after 1.5. The Falcons won. Back in action, coming at bat, number 12, Angie Nagdalon, the pitcher. Ball's a little low, and that's what it's called. Ball 1. Seen her drive one foul right at our toes. One and one's a count as the Lady Cougars trying to make a run at it here. No score. There's a hard hit. Stopped infield by the shortstop. Almost over her head, but it drops down. Leaves the batter heading back to the dugout. Allison Fraley jumped out of the game. She was replaced by number 15, Maggie Grimes, I believe. Correction on that. That's Correo Mateo at first. Doing a fine job defense. Number 25 at first. Maria Mena, the shortstop, now batting for the Lady Cougars. Sees a slow one come across, but it's high. She won't swing on it. Mena, a freshman. Oh, she takes a couple of steps into that one. Fortunately, she does not connect, and it puts her back to the bench. Marie Mena, the freshman, will sit down for this one. Brings up number 5, Heather Drockman. Drockman, our DH today, she's a senior. Drockman takes strike. 1-0. Got a piece of that. Chipped it back. 2 strikes, no balls. And the Lady Cougars in threat of going down quickly here. Pitch is a little bit low. She'll take a ball. 2 strikes, 1 ball is the count to Drockman, the DH for the Lady Cougars. Way outside. 2-2 the count. popped to third just off the top of her glove. Backed up well. So a little error by the third baseman, Leetta Specht. She was backed up, though, there by Kristen Frank. Now batting for the Lady Cougars, Jamie Weiler. She's the second baseman, a senior out of Escondido. Right-hander. She drops one into the dirt. Good bunt. Right off the top of the mitt. And that advances the runner to third. Can she get her? She does. And that finishes them off. Little daring. They gave it a shot. You got to do those kind of things. This is CIF play. So after 2 innings, it's Scripps Ranch 1, Escondido nothing. We're back and we're at the top of the lineup with Canayo Mateo at bat for the Lady Falcons. Chips it off directly towards my cameraman, Jeff. He didn't flinch, though. Did you notice that? He is a professional. Mateo with 1 strike. No ball. High for a ball. Go 1-1 to Mateo. No flinching at the mound for Angie Nagdalon. She's a senior. She's done this a couple of times. She's faced this. Straight off to third base. Quick throw to first. And the Lady Cougars drop them. Ashley Howerton, our third baseman.
Batting for the Falcons, second baseman, Taylor Edwards.
Taylor Edwards, the second baseman now for the Falcons. At the plate, a right-hander. She thought about it. She'll take the ball. Taylor's our junior second baseman from Scripps Ranch High School. Nagdalon gives a look, winds up. Just past Nagdalon. That's an easy play. Jamie Wheeler with a quick pickup and throw to second base. Excuse me, first base. Now batting Megan Motley. Megan's our senior outfielder from the Falcons. A right-hander. Looks, swings, gets a piece of the top of it, drives it into the backboard for 1 strike. 0-1. Nagdalon not showing any signs of slowing down, pulls it in for a strike. It's 0-2. Motley looking at an 0-2 count. Got to get something going here. Swings on and again just gets a piece of it. Drives it back. Stays alive. The sun once again doing its peekaboo thing is just now coming out of the clouds. Might make it a little bit tough for the outfielders. Haven't seen a whole lot of hit, only about 2 hits so far into deep. Infielded again, picked up by the shortstop, driven to first base with authority. That's number 16, Marie Mena. So after 2.5 innings of play, Scripps Ranch Falcons hanging on to a 1-0 lead over Escondido. Back at action here in beautiful La Jolla, California for the Division II championships. Escondido trying to catch up. They're down by 1. And Shea pops to a simple fly to the pitcher. Allman and the throw around. 1 out. Ashley Howerton now up for bat for the Lady Cougars. I got to be honest, I almost didn't even see that run scored in the second. She was at third, 1 minute, and the action stopped, and she slipped in. Lady Cougars obviously saw it, trying to do the catch-up thing. Down by 1. A little bit outside, she'll take ball on that. Ashley with a swing. Third base umpire calls foul. Ashley's a freshman. It's got to be difficult for the freshman. Play alongside all the experience of seniors, juniors, even sophomores. Ashley a right-hander. Looking to make her mark on this team. Way out in front of that one. Strikes out.
Right fielder, Bonnie Keating.
Up next, the right fielder, the junior from Escondido High School, Bonnie Keating. She swings at one down low for a strike. Keating with a hit. Oh, can she get it to first? She does. Keating tries to speed it out. Good infield defense by the Lady Falcons. No runs, no hits, no errors. At the end of 3, Falcons 1, Cougars nothing. The right fielder, Palmer. Nicole Palmer grounds it to the shortstop. That's easy out for the Cougars. Defensively, they've been very strong. Once again, Marie Mena, the shortstop, doing her job. She's been kept busy this afternoon. Chrissy DeLeo now up, number 21, the catcher. Another sophomore will take strike 1. DeLeo, the only Falcon to score so far in today's contest. She stretches out, pushes, little scoop, the throw and the out. So not this time for DeLeo. She'll have to go back and wait her turn again. And the pace picks up. We're about exactly 1 hour into the game. Leetta Speck now up for the Lady Falcons, number 6. She's the third baseman, a junior. Swings low underneath that ball. Should have let that one go. And she'll take strike 1. In for the ball, ball 1. 1-1 the count. Angie Negdelon still at the mound. No signs of stopping Angie today. Almost the exact same pitch as the first pitch. She swung underneath it for strike 2. She knows it too. She's got a little smile on her face, mostly from embarrassment, but it happens. She knew it. Her coach knows it. They'll work on it and wait for this pitch. Reads it much better. Saw it go down. Keeps the count at 2-2. Here's where concentration matters. Puts it right back at the pitcher. That's the third out. Angie Negdelon doing her job offensively as well as defensively. And after 3.5 innings of play here in our CIF Division II final, Scripps Ranch Falcons 1, Escondido 0. And here come the Lady Cougars. Tatiana Moore. She steps into that one. She'll take ball. 0-1. Cougars trying to mount an offense here. Steps into a strike on that one. We'll move to 1-1. Oh, Tatiana gets hit by the pitch right in the ankle. That'll advance her. Didn't phase her much. Tough young lady, Tatiana Moore, the sophomore. Puts a runner at first, gives the Cougars a chance to tie things up if they can bring her in. Coach Kenda out there trying to talk the ump into something. And as we all know, it's very hard to talk those umps into just about anything. He's claiming ignorance. The game will go on. Now for the Cougars, back into bat, the catcher, Miss Summers, number 8, Sarah Summers. Sarah shows bunt, makes the attempt, just goes foul, puts Tatiana back on first base. Summers back at home plate. We'll try to make another attempt at it. Trying to advance the runner. Summers, a junior, a catcher at Escondido. Hits that one with some authority. That advances the runner to second. Even enough. She didn't want to throw that one away and ditch it. 2 hits. They'll try to play 3 here. Leetta Specht on third base for the Falcons. She'll have her hands full if this one gets aboard. Now batting number 12, the pitcher, Angie Negdelon. She puts the first one off foul for a strike. Plenty of room to play, only 1 out, 2 on board. Let's see what the pitcher can do. She showed that she was going to try to stick it in the dirt, then came back up and took a swing on. That'll move her to 2. And she gets caught looking, strikes out. 2 outs for the Lady Cougars. Falcons cinching up. Don't want to get their lead, give their lead away. The shortstop, Marie Mena. She's been active this afternoon. Number 16, the freshman shortstop. Runs on, digs at it. Batting left-handed. See if she can make something happen on the opposite side of the field. Mana takes a strike. Game of strategy here with 2 on, 2 outs. She runs into that one. Last chance for the Cougars. Now batting number 5, Heather Drockman. Designated hitter today. She puts one to shortstop. Short to first. And that's the way they leave them. They had the chance. They had 2 on. But the Falcons come up defensively. The Cougars can't get the hits. For the Cougars, no runs, no hits, no errors. 2 left on base after 4. We're at a 1-0 ball game. Megan Allman batting in the 6th position for the Lady Falcons of Scripps Ranch High School. Back to our pitcher on pitcher duel. She'll take a strike. 1-1. Down low, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. To Allman, the pitcher. High pop fly down into right. Taken easily. Obviously the sun not a problem. Pawnee Kading, the right fielder for the Cougars, taking that with little effort. They make it look so easy. Kristen Frank now batting for the Falcons. Excuse me. Number 10. She's the shortstop, a junior. Kristen Frank. And the Lady Falcons, first in their league. And this is their first playoff seeding. That says a lot. That in the Western League. Record of 11-1. Doing things right. Ana Velasquez now batting. Chips one right over the third baseman. Just over the dirt into the grass. Velasquez advancing the runner. I think they expected the bunt there. Nice little surprise. 2 on.
Now batting for the Dodgers. First baseman, Mateo.
Now batting the sophomore, number 25, the first baseman, Mateo. Pinch runner, coming in.
Pinch runner, number 24, Lisa Novak.
The runner just announced, number 24, Lisa Novak. Just sophomore outfielder for Scripps Ranch. She'll pinch run, taking over at second. And another pinch runner coming in for Velasquez. The substitution is Ferreira at first base for the Lady Falcons. Mateo at the bat. Pops one. Left fielder. With ease, Tatiana. Tatiana Moore with an easy out in left field. Up next, the second baseman, Taylor Edwards, the right-hander. Number 5, Taylor Edwards. Edwards looks, but takes strike. 1-0. Little high for ball. Should be 1-1 to Taylor Edwards. Once again with 2 on, Edwards has a chance to really put ahead, kind of cinch this one up against the Cougars. Down low for ball. Good look by Edwards. 1 strike, 2 ball. Checks off with her coach and resets at plate. Chip hit, can it get? She got it. Oh. Umpire calls it out, even though she had a little mishap from our point of view. It was called out. Great job defensively by the Cougars. Left 2 on. Still the score, Scripps Ranch 1, Escondido 0. For the Cougar, number 6, Jamie Wheeler, the second baseman. Takes ball. Wheeler digs in, straight to third. She tries to handle it, gets it to first base. So Breck gets it to first base with no problem. After a small mishap of the handling of the ball, she makes it look easy. That'll be our first out. Up next for the Cougars, Shea Oliver, the center fielder, number 9. Takes ball 1. Once again, Allman doing a great job filling in as pitcher, holding on to the lead, doing her job at the mound. Infield doing their job fairly well. Breck at third base with a good performance today. But they still got a little bit game to go. It's still a defensive game. Down low, 3 balls, no strikes. Haven't seen a walk today. Don't want to jinx Allman, but this may be the first walk. She's got to concentrate and put it across the plate. And she does. Strike 1. 3 balls and a strike. Shea Oliver. She's a senior. She wants to make an impact on this game. Takes strike 2. Full count to Shea Oliver. And it's a ball. We have our first walk of the game.
Third baseman, actually, Howard.
Now batting number 18, Ashley Howerton. Fouled. Fouled back. That'll be strike 1. And things are getting tight for the Cougars. They need to make things happen here. They've got a runner on first. She is poised and ready. Ashley batting second in the lineup. Done fairly well today. Puts it nicely down in the dirt. She is called out at first base, but she's done her job. She's advanced the runner. Coming up next should be third in the lineup, the junior, Bonnie Kading for the Cougars. Bonnie is the right fielder. Batting left. Little low for ball 1. It's a pretty good hit, but it's short-lived. Dropped off to first base to end that little run from the Cougars. They don't have a whole lot left. They got to make things happen. So at the end of 5, Escondido still trails the Scripps Ranch Falcons 1-0. Now batting for the Falcons, Megan Motley. Oh, she shows bunt, but just drives it over the pitcher's head. Scooped up nicely. Marley Mania putting her number on this game at shortstop. Very nice scoop. And the throw to first for our first out. Now batting number 7, Nicole Palmer, the outfielder. She puts some heat on it, drops it in for a hit. Tatiana Moore picks it up. She'll stop her at first base. So the sophomore outfielder gets a hit. Nicole Palmer at first base. That brings up the catcher, Chrissy DeLeo. Once again, DeLeo, the only one to score today. She was advanced at bases, got all the way to third, held on, and finally scored for our only score of the game. She looks, and she'll take ball. Ball one. Two balls, no strikes to DeLeo. Nagnalon still at the mound for the Lady Cougars. Being encouraged on by the outfield. A little high for ball three. A walk would put the Lady Cougars in a deep threat here with two on. Not what she wants to do. Runner poised at first. DeLeo will go to first. Palmer at second, DeLeo at first. Now batting number 6, Lietta Speck, the third baseman, the junior for the Lady Falcons. She's got runners at first and second. A chipper just to first, moves the bases. She did her job. Lietta Speck doing her job, moving the runners to third and second. Short time.
Doesn't look like grass. There you go.
Cougars need to mount some defense. The pendulum has swung just slightly towards the Lady Falcons. And now at bat, Megan Allman, the pitcher for the Lady Falcons. This is a pride thing now. Pitcher against pitcher. It's been a good battle all day between these two. Looks at her second one. 2 balls. Nagtalon giving her 3. Three balls, no strikes. Nagtalon winds, sends her walking. Ladies and gentlemen, the bases are loaded. For the first time today, the Lady Falcons, perfect position to put the nail in the coffin. And at bat, the shortstop, Kristen Frank, number 10, the right-hander, as the sun peeks out ever so brightly out of the clouds once again. But Nagnalon says no. Throws in a perfect strike. One strike, no ball to count. Bases loaded. Cougars going to have to do everything they can to play defense. Inside. Makes her move a little. 1-1 the count. How better could it be, though? You're in a CIF championship, Division II. You've got the bases loaded. You got the admiration of your players behind you, the fans. Swung on and a miss. Got 2 strikes. She wanted that one, but she's in still safe territory. 2 strikes, 1 ball. Little pop fly back into the spectator seats. Still 2-1. Shortstops not always known for being the power hitters on the team, but in this situation anything can happen. All she has to do is get that RBI. Another chipper back into the fence. She wants it. She's just got to find it and connect. Nagtalon searching for that perfect pitch. And she found it. Unbelievable. The Lady Cougars hang on with an excellent job by the pitcher, Nagtalon. Leave 3 people hanging. First, second, and third base. 1 hit, no errors. 3 actually left on base. Midway through the 6th inning, Falcons 1, Cougars 0. We'll be back. Tatiana Moore trying to make her mark. She's 4th in the rotation. The sophomore left fielder. Batting left-handed. First one she walked into. Tried to go for the bunt, just rolled south of the border there. Foul ball brings up 1-0. Sun doing its little thing of creeping behind some clouds, giving a little bit of shade. Tatiana taking a strike downwards on the ball. Puts her at 0-2. Two strikes, no balls to Tatiana Moore. She turns to bat right-handed. Stretches out, reaches, and on an infield error, she advances to first. Now batting for the Cougars, catcher Sarah Summers. We took a brief timeout as Tatiana Moore strained a leg or a hamstring on her way to first base, stretching for that first base. Ball foul, right behind the catcher. Summers will come back. She'll be facing 1 strike, no balls. Runner at first, Tatiana Moore. She shows bunt, comes back into position, ball thrown high, 1-1. Once again, Summers showing bunt, pulls back into position, strikes, and fouls. Staying alive. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The count to Summers. And the junior fouls again, almost identical. Summers batting 5th in the rotation. She's a junior. Pops it up. And Mateo drops her. So Summers takes a seat. Still have a runner at first.
Now batting for the Cougars, pitcher, Angie Nagdalen.
And here we go again with a pitcher-to-pitcher duel. Nagdalen now at bat. Allman on the mound. She'll take ball 1. And Nagdalen puts it out into deep left field. Stops the runner from advancing, though. Great leaping catch by the left fielder for Scripps Ranch. Escondido facing 2 outs. Mena at bat, the shortstop. See if she can make something happen. She runs on, puts it right to Mateo. Mateo just spins off, and the drop, and they're down. 1, 2, 3. These girls keeping it interesting. Still, the score remains the same. Escondido down 0-1. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1-0. We'll be back in just a minute. Ninth in the rotation, it's Velasquez at the plate for the Lady Falcons. She takes a strike. Once again, the Falcons doing a great job of getting here, taking first in their division. First time they've been seated at this level. Velasquez, though, hitting right off to the pitcher. She makes an easy job of it. Sends it over to first for the first out.
First baseman, Mateo.
Mateo now at bat for the Lady Falcons. Swing on and a miss. Strike 1. Mateo's a sophomore, right-hander. I want to check first base on that one. He says no swing. 1-1 the count to Mateo. Scripps Ranch hanging on to the lead. Pop fly. Foul ball. Back behind the spectators. Just behind the Scripps Ranch dugout. 2 strikes, 1 ball to count. Mateo driving it hard, but driving it foul. Staying alive at 2 strikes. 1 ball. And Mr. Sunshine decides to step behind a big cloud. Every time it does, it cools things off about 3 or 4 degrees. Puts a nice little shade on things. Great day for softball, though. Swing on and fouled again. Mateo staying alive any way she can. Two and two, the count now. Once again, Nagtalon looking for that perfect pitch. Can't seem to find it. It's foul ball city. Holding on at 2 and 2 the count. And she drives another foul ball. Same place, same bat channel. Nagtalon thinking to herself, what do I have to put on this ball for her not to foul it? Just to ground out? Well, she gets some of that, but not enough. Tatiana Moore, left fielder, puts her down.
Now batting for the Falcons, second baseman, Taylor Edwards.
Taylor Edwards now up for the Lady Falcons. Right-hander playing second base today. Edwards, pop fly. And the Lady Cougars take care of that with great outfielding. So Shea Oliver will take us into the bottom of the 7th. Scripps Ranch Falcons 1, Escondido Cougars still nothing. Bottom of the 7th inning. This is it for the Lady Cougars. They've got to make their mark here. Drockman with a hit to the shortstop. Shortstop to first. Mateo takes that easily, and there's our first out in the 7th.
Now batting for the Cougars, second baseman, Jamie Weiler.
Jamie Weiler now at bat for the Cougars. Weiler with a good eye. She lets that one go low for a ball. Should be 2 balls, no strikes to Wheeler. She gets on that with a little bit of air from Frank. Frank to Mateo, though. And the Lady Falcons showing why they have made it to this Division II championship. Even though she had a little bit of slip on the ball, she got a hold of it and got it to first, got the job done. Shea Oliver, the center fielder, now coming to bat for the Lady Cougars, trying to make something happen in this 7th inning. She wants it, swings on and a miss. No balls, 1 strike to Oliver. Strike 2 given Oliver. And the Lady Falcons, they've got to be getting excited. Struck on and struck out. And ladies and gentlemen, this Division II championship has been won by the Lady Falcons of Scripps Ranch High School. First time with a playoff seeding in the Western League, now a record of 12-1. Great job defensively, great job offensively. And that's all it took in the 2nd inning to advance that runner for 1 run to win this game.
Cougar 0. Scripps Ranch, 1999 Division II softball champion.
Congratulations to all the coaches and players of the Division II championship. Scripps Ranch High School Falcons.